From the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, the Sports Fan Base Network is proud to present the 2019 Flyers Cup Finals. First up, the Single A Championship game featuring the defending champion Bad Rustin Golden Knights and the Bears Cup champion Hershey Trojans. Well, hi again, everybody. My name is Tom Williams. Alongside me is Rick Wolfel. We'll send it down to Mike Samsel in just a few minutes. While talking about these two teams, Bad Rustin, they are here just about every single year. The number one seed in the tournament. They finished in second place in the Chesmont Division, runners-up for that title. But on their way here, 13-0 win over Sun Valley, 12-0 win over Lower Merion, and they won the semifinal 7-2 the number 4 seed at Westchester East. They've won the last 5 Flyers Cup championships, and they have won 8 in a row. So, Rick, looking at a potential history, as no other team has ever won 6 Flyers Cup championships in a row.
What they're going for today, Tom, good to be with you, is a tremendous accomplishment. Malvern Prep has won 5 Flyers Cup titles on the AAA side. The Unionville girls made it number 5 a little bit earlier today, but nobody has ever won 6. It's a tremendous accomplishment, and this team is awfully deep, and they're awfully talented. It's a program that's been well established. A lot of these players have played together since their elementary school days, and that experience and that familiarity carries over once they get to the varsity level for sure.
Now, talking about the Hershey team, they're the number 6 team coming into this tournament, 20-5 record overall, so certainly not to be overlooked. Bears Cup champion, they finished in first place in that tournament out in Hershey. They won that by an overtime win. They got here a 10-0 win over Plymouth Whitemarsh, a 4-3 overtime win over Henderson, and then a 7-2 win over number 2 Strathaven, and they had to go on the road out here to the Philadelphia area to win all of those games. So this is another road game for them. Nothing new for the Hershey Trojans.
Nothing new for Hershey. The last time they were here was 2009 when they lost to Rustin in this final. That's the only other time a team from the Central Pennsylvania League has reached a Flyers Cup final in any classification, and I think they feel they have something to prove today. The league, sometimes within the structure of this tournament, can be overlooked because they don't play teams from the southeastern part of the state very often, certainly not during the regular season. So I think they've got something a little extra to prove today, or feel that they do.
Now it's time to introduce you to the third man who is going to be joining us downstairs. Say hi to Mike Samsel. Mike?
Very much, gentlemen. Appreciate you having me on the broadcast today. And the thing I'm watching for in today's game, big atmosphere here at the Wells Fargo Center. How does Hershey react to that? We know Rustin is used to big games. They won a national championship with USA Hockey a couple of years ago. They're used to playing here. Does Hershey get caught in the lights a little bit? Do they get caught watching? That's the thing I'm going to keep an eye on this afternoon, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Again, these two teams know each other, but only once a year. The last 3 years they've met in this tournament, not in the final, but on the way. So every time Hershey gets some momentum into this tournament, they run right into Rustin. As we take a look at some of the keys to the game for the Bad Rustin Golden Knights. So what is something that they will need to do to try to get that all-important and historic 6th championship in a row?
I think, first of all, forget about that 6th championship. It's a new team. This is their team. What happened before this afternoon doesn't really matter. So it's a matter of going out, playing your system, being patient, and executing the way that you've done all season. And hoping that carries over today.
Now for the Hershey Trojans, again, they've made it to this game before, but certainly not these kids. So what do they need to do to kind of overcome the juggernaut that has been the Golden Knights?
Again, play their own system, try to control the pace of the game, perhaps not try to skate with Rustin up and down the ice. Be patient. The other key for both teams, getting good play from their goaltenders, and both goaltenders starting this game are very experienced. That is a factor on the plus side for both teams. They're less likely to get caught up in the lights. But the other factor, this is a Flyers Cup final, and that's a big deal for everybody. But it's a Flyers Cup final in this building. Obviously, some of these players have played here before, playing club hockey, midget or junior hockey. But it's not the same as another game, as you know so well, having called games here yourself. You go out, you look at that logo at center ice, you look around you, regardless of how many people are here, and we should have a decent crowd on hand today. It's not the same environment. But as much as you can forget about that and go out and play hockey, the team that is most successful doing that, particularly early on, has a big edge. And I think particularly in Rustin's case, they've outscored their opposition 27-2 in 3 games. If you're Hershey, you want to look out against having Rustin explode and getting a couple of goals very quickly, which they're very capable of doing. You want to guard against that and control the pace of the game to try to reduce the chance of that happening.
Longer that Hershey stays in this game, the longer they'll have some hope in this one. As if Rustin gets up big, they can, I wouldn't say coast, but it certainly will be a whole lot easier. That first goal is going to be absolutely humongous for both of these teams.
First goal will be huge, and whatever happens in the shifts right after that, if the team that falls behind early, whoever it is, can come back and stay in the game and force the action a bit. If somebody gets behind by a couple of goals early, as we saw in the game just in front of this one, it's very difficult to overcome. Momentum is a big thing at this level.
Well, warm-ups are still going on as we speak, so what we're going to do is take a quick break, and when we come back, we should be all set to go for the anthem and the drop of the puck. This is the Single A Championship game of the Flyers Cup here in 2019 here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
It is.
Number 2, Cole Buchanan. Number 63, Ian McDonald. Number 27, Adam Paybeer. Number 9, Connor Kane. Number 44, Patrick Lawton. Number 7, Brock West. 22, Austin Kerr. Number 4, Jake Klaus. Number 3, Adam Rodassin. 72, Paul Gettle. 26, Will Landry. Number 29, Christopher Larkin. Number 31, Ethan Cheeser. Now for the Rustin Knights. 29, Joe Keller. 35, Connor Barley. Number 7, Evan Uri. 16, David Carney. Number 17, Brett Turner. Number 21, Nicholas Ferraro. 27, Aaron King. 28, Tom Finley. 43, Ryan Winnis. 48, Willem Eekhoven. 55, Robert Alex Cook. 63, Daniel Turner. 71, Ian Krasinski. 81, Jack Page. 83, Lucas Christie. 86, John Hartman. 88, Logan Gagliardo. 89, Matt Owens. 92, Justin Damon. And 98, Justin Owens. For officials tonight, this afternoon, Mr. Mike Nelson, Mr. Troy Van Kula. The linesman, Mr. Dan Gardner, Mr. Steve Moretti. At this time, we ask that you rise, remove your hats, as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our Star-Spangled Banner.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live, Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. This is the 2019 Flyers Cup Championship Day. Congratulations to Unionville and to Eastern High School for winning their titles. 3 more to go as we start up our broadcasting day here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Bayard Rustin taking on Hershey. Tom Williams here. Alongside me is Rick Wolfel. Mike Samsel is downstairs as both teams are just about ready to get this one started. We'll bring you the goaltender matchup. 2 number 29s going at it. First for the number 6 seed Hershey Trojans. It's a junior, and it's number 29, Christopher Larkin. During his league season, 8-3 record with a shutout, 2.61 goals against, and an 882 save percentage. For the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights, again a junior, also wearing number 29 as mentioned, Joel Keller. During his league season, 9-3-1 record, 2.78 goals against, and an 872 save percentage. Hershey is in the orange on your screen. They'll be going left to right, while Bayard Rustin, they are in the gold and blue, going right to left. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Again, we have the single A right now. The double A game will be at 4:30, and the triple A will be at 7 o'clock, all here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Looking forward to a fun matchup here, Rick.
This should be quite a matchup, and it will be interesting to see the energy level early on. Both these teams are likely to come out really pumped up. Who dictates the pace of this game early on, and who does the best job of managing that energy?
Brady Bowman wins the drawback, and we are underway as Hershey dumps it along, but only as far as the blue line. A little pressure put on by the Trojans, trying to bank it up along here. Number 11, Caden Free, but here come the Knights the other way. Banked up ahead now by Nicholas Ferraro. Keep an eye on Ferraro, 27 goals during the league season. That doesn't even count all the non-conference and playoff games he's played. Let's go back to the point. Rustin controls. Shot comes in. That's a nice kneeling block by Keller. And he'll chase to the far side, trying to backhand along, but he's cut down by David Carney. Swept away to the far side boards, but Hershey gets it in deep, and they'll complete a change, and getting doubled over on the boards on the far side is a Hershey player. Well, looks like he's all right, though, as heading into the box is Keller. Dump to the near side, controlled here by Bayard Rustin. Nice pass across, shot comes in, that's blocked down. Loose out in front, cleared around to the near side as that wrister came off the stick of Matt Owens. Clear to the near side boards, good check thrown on Kaufman. Owens can't sneak his way through. And it's tipped up ahead by Jack Page. Dumped all the way down, and icing is called against Bayard Rustin. Wrong side of the line, and if you're unfamiliar with high school hockey, again, it's the automatic icing, the old school ECHL rules, and old school NCAA, no hybrid here in Flyers Cup play.
Be interesting to see Matt Owens in action today, the most valuable player in this tournament a year ago. 6 goals and 4 assists in 3 cup games to this point.
Face-off down, back underway as Bayard Rustin gets it out to the neutral zone, trying to sneak his way through near side against Trasinski. But he lost possession and grabbed here by Kaufman. Toby Kaufman All across the near side for Paymer. They spread things out. Long pass up ahead behind the stick of Brock West. And lifted out of play by the Knights.
Not a particularly fast pace early on. I think particularly Hershey content to play at their own pace and not let Rustin dictate to them.
Oh, absolutely. If both teams are going to, if any team is going to go run and gun, it will be Rustin, and Hershey will be wise to try to stop them in that, because there are very few teams at any level, AA, AAA, or single A, that could run with the Golden Knights. But let's see how Hershey does here. It's thrown towards the cage, deflected away towards the slot, but overskating is Naughton. And here come the Knights the other way on the far side. Moving in is Wittes, takes the shot, and Larkin steers it away to the near side. Straczynski can't control, cleared out to the neutral zone, and it's given away. Naughton trying to move in, has a step. Good back check, though, is going down on the play was Brett Turner. Turnaround shot fanned on there by Kloss, and here come the Knights. And not very crisp play to start things off. Both teams have had some minor opportunities towards cage. Far side corner, this is Cole Buchanan trying to avoid the forecheck. Nice stick check by Caden Freer. Stuck in the skates, given away. A little bit of a step here. Goes to the backhand. It's nice. Save through the legs. Another try save. Third try a save. Loose out in front. They score! Tommy Finley cleans up the garbage out in front for his second of the Flyers Cup. 14:44 to go in the first, and it's 1-0. Bayard Rustin.
That's what you don't want to have happen, a turnover deep in your own zone that way. Larkin made 3 quality saves, actually, but he can only do so much.
So there's the quick start we were looking for one of these teams. It belongs to the Golden Knights. As Tommy Finley, the sophomore, he scored 1 during the regular season, now has 2 in the Flyers Cup. And Rick, every time you have a tournament like this, a playoffs in the NHL or any other level, there are those unsung heroes who step up, and Tommy Finley right now could be that guy for the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights.
Now, how does Hershey respond to this?
Well, a nice hit thrown, but they clear it down, and this early period ice, this could go for icing, and it's going to go short. And you lollygag your way back, the linesman's going to say no every single time. Cleared across to the near sideboards. Adam Paymer, a senior, dumps it in deep, and he'll race off for the change. Jack Page is back. Yeah, not much pressure put on. Plenty of time to make decisions. Pass up the middle, intercepted. And dumped right back in by the Trojans off the stick of Toby Kaufman. Chasing around Jack Page. Whips around the near side. Here's Finley. Up for Matt Owens, and then out to center ice, but taken away by Connor Kane. A little bit of an overskate, dumped in deep. Again, that's something I've seen so far, Rick, in this one, is that Hershey a little bit weird on the puck. Once in a while, they'll try to get that long, crisp pass, but just fanning on it. Maybe a little bit of nerves for the Trojans. Nice giveaway. Shot comes in. Glove save by Keller. So maybe those nerves just disappeared. You get that first opportunity. Hey, we're in this game.
Again, off a turnover, and Keller makes the quality save. So now each goaltender has made some quality saves. They seem comfortable, and that will be a factor later. In turnovers, any coach would preach against that, and we just saw example A and B.
Face off down to the right of Keller. Trickles out in front. Steered away by Brett Turner. Turner gains the line. Oh, nice pass up ahead. They get a step into the zone. Shot comes in off the outside of the iron. Great opportunity for Ian Straczynski. Near side boards. Turner keeps it alive. Dumps it up ahead, but it's cleared to the near side and out to center ice. Could be a 2-on-1 for the Trojans. Into the zone here is Keller. Keller moves in. Pass across. Shot comes in. Oh, what a drag save by Keller as he dragged that left pad and then shut the door.
You've heard me say often that goaltenders are superior beings. Other people have heard that too. I've heard the term unique used instead. But both goaltenders coming up big early.
Puck back to the point after the face-off win. Lifted up ahead by Quinn Landry. Grabbed by Rippon. Rippon comes across. Nice dangle move to get out in front. Takes a shot. Stick save. Rebound goes wide. And now on the far side, grabbed by Wittes. Good individual effort by Jason Rippon Jr. Keep an eye on him. 5 goals during this tournament. 23 goals during the league season. As Rippon moves out 2-on-2 for the Trojans. Backhands near side for Naughton. Naughton drags. Slow shot. Easily steered away to the far side. Picked up by Freer. He'll turn around and fire. And that goes wide. Letting it go out towards the neutral zone. Straczynski Kicked right back in, and they have numbers. Backhand out towards the slot, and that'll trickle just wide on the backhander by Bowman. Dumped up ahead for Bowman in the corner. Dance move to the outside. And now Hershey puts on the pressure. Pitchforked up ahead, glove down low by Trojans, and he absorbs a hard hit, but still works it out towards the neutral zone. Trying to power through is Nicholas Ferraro. 3 players dragging on him, but still gets a goal line extended. Throws out in front and sticked away by the paddle of Christopher Larkin. Bounced back behind the cage. Here's Ferraro again. Trying to pass out in front, blocked away by Paymer, and caught up to by Freer. Freer, a lot of room in front of him, so he'll take it up himself. Freer into the zone, near side, stops. Just about lost it. Nice tap up ahead, though, in towards the corner for Ian McDonald. Smeared to the boards hard by Jack Page. And the Knights control. Dump far side for Ferraro. Outlets up ahead, too strong for Matt Owens. As Paymer controls. Lost the edge, it's taken away. Wrist shot comes in, that goes just wide. Huge opportunity for the Golden Knights, but they cannot convert. So we go the other way again. Trying to lift it forward with Brady Bowman. Gets it in deep for the Trojans. He'll peel off for the change. And Jack Page, with the outlet pass, connects to Ferraro. Trying to move in 2-on-3, forced to the outside. Goes to the corner. Backhanded off the back of the cage as Cole Buchanan gets dumped on the play. Far side boards. Here's Connor Keene. And he'll circle away. Still a bit of a slower pace to this one. 1-0 game in favor of Bayard Rustin. But now they're moving with a possible 2-on-1. Trying to get into the zone, though. Tony Kaufman off the boards out to center ice. Matt Owens 1-on-2. Trying to dangle his way through. Comes in on cage and sticked away by Larkin. Goes far side for Keller. Lifted across, intercepted. They have a step shot, comes in. That goes high and wide by Matt Owens. Couple of giveaways by both teams turned into glorious opportunities, but it stays a 1-0 game. But Hershey clears it all the way down, and that will go for icing. 10 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. As right now, we'll send it downstairs to Mike Samsel.
Thank you very much, guys. The thing that I'm keeping an eye on right now, you talked about the slower pace of play. The referees are really letting them play out there right now. There's a lot of clutching and grabbing going on behind the play, a lot of slashing, things like that. Referees are letting that play at Hershey's pace right now.
Back underway as it's cleared around to the far side, trying to catch up to it. Brock West can't quite clear out. West goes get it back. And he'll scamper out to center ice. Did not gain the line. Dumps it all the way down. And another icing called against the Trojans.
To emphasize what Mike mentioned a moment ago, what we have noticed throughout the Flyers Cup tournament, there have not been, in most situations, a lot of penalties called. The officials are letting the players play. They're not allowing any nonsense. But the penalties you're seeing are hockey-style penalties. You're not seeing the extracurricular activity that you don't want to see in high school hockey. And I think the sport's done a good job the last year or so of cleaning that up.
Face-off won by the Trojans. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Could be a 3-on-2 if they hurried along. Brock West trying to get it deep. Shoulder to shoulder. Able to make the move. Takes a shot. Stick save. Rebound is cleared past the post. Now a little shoulder barge by Evan Yuri for the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights as they'll break out to the neutral zone. Good poke check, though, by Quinn Landry. An offside called.
Both teams starting to get settled in a little bit. That emotional surge that you get at the start of a game like this is starting to ebb, and they're getting settled into their systems.
Both teams, very good representation as far as the fan bases are concerned. Again, a lot closer trip for the Westchester-based Bayard Rustin High School. But Hershey, they are absolutely primed, making the just about 2-hour trip from central Pennsylvania. As the Trojans do control. Cross-ice pass almost deflected out into the slot again. Straczynski with another good check on that forecheck. Cleared out to the neutral zone, grabbed here by Bowman. Bowman tries the cross-ice pass. That's intercepted away from Austin Kerr. Backhand for Kerr. He's onside. Tries to sweep it forward. Taken away, though, by Brett Turner. Tries to pass the near side. Tipped forward by Wittes. Kane clears out to the neutral zone. Back for Brett Turner. Turner with the cross-ice pass. Off the stick of Daniel Turner. Tries to get it in out of the zone far side. Bowman steps up. Can't get it deep. Glove down at the line. Shot comes in. That's deflected well wide. Right now, the Knights are pinned in their own zone. Good forecheck by Hershey, but as we say that, they just about clear out. Nope, it's kept alive. Wrist shot comes in. That's blocked wide as Connor Kane tried to tee it up. He gets dumped out in front. And calling for the penalty there was Austin Kerr, but not going to happen as the Knights desperate. They cleared all the way down for the icing call.
We mentioned both teams had to win 3 games to get here. not easy to do. This 16-team field was pretty deep. There were probably 7 or 8 teams at minimum that had a legitimate chance to be in this game. So merely to run that gauntlet over the course of about 10 days to get here is a significant accomplishment.
And this certainly isn't the end of the season for the winner of this game, as, again, there is the Pennsylvania Cup coming up. I believe that is next weekend out in the Pittsburgh area. I think it's going to be at Robert Morris University. So certainly season not over, as Bayard Rustin is used to winning state titles along with Flyers Cup championships. But they lead by a score of 1-0. But Hershey staying right with them, putting on some pressure of their own. That's a little high hit thrown by Kloss. Trying to chop ahead Keller, but taken back by the Knights. Near side, Justin Owens. Nice cross-ice pass, but a good check there by Kloss right into the midsection, but it didn't affect much. It comes out in front. Nice move to get in. Wrap around, look out in front to the slot. They score! Oh, what a great pass in front. Nicholas Ferraro with the pass and the deposit by Matt Owens. 7th of the tournament. It's 2-0. Bayard Rustin.
That looked like a move that Bobby Clark did so often across the street for a lot of years and executed perfectly. Owens, one of those players that just smells the net. A good team needs someone like that, and he was able to finish.
He led the way during the league season in the ICSHL's Chesmont division with 32 goals. So the senior makes it a 2-0 game for the Golden Knights. So 2-0 game. Hershey has been able to respond. Let's see what they can do here. Here's the outlet pass. Slow down for Bowman. Good back check there by Matt Owens. Dumped up ahead. Let's see if it goes for icing. It'll be waved off. Caught up to by Nicholas Ferraro. Back behind the net. Ferraro spins, looking out in front. Back behind in Gretzky's office. Thrown out in front, paddled away. Loose in the slot. Then backhanded towards the point. Kept alive by Yori. Yori dumps it in deep. Back behind the cage. Here again is Ferraro. Whipped out in front. Goes all the way through. And grabbed here by Hershey's Caden Freer. Freer from the Skipjacks Hockey Club, taken away. Another giveaway, but losing his edge as Harkins tries to lift across, poke towards the cage, loose in the slot, swept towards the net, kick save. Oh, what a scramble out in front. It scorch out to the point. Yori dumps it in deep. Chasing over John Harkins. Backhand out in front, goes off the body of Owens to the corner. He continues to power his way over there, takes it away, tries a wrist shot, and it's blocked wide. Oh, great pressure. Another trying to save by Larkin. Oh, Rustin, they smell blood in the water right now, leading 2-0 and putting on all sorts of pressure. Loose in front again, wrapped towards the cage. Oh, what a save by Larkin on the shot by Ferraro, and he stops play.
Larkin keeping his team in the game over the last couple of minutes, as he did against Westchester Henderson, as we mentioned in the quarterfinal round. He is a 2-year starter for this team, so they've come to rely on him, and he came up big in their league championship game, which was played at Hershey Park Arena. You talk about playing on an impressive stage, Tom. You've been there.
That's something that I would say Hershey is used to, but they've had a little experience at. And we also mentioned that both of these teams, they play club, junior, what have you. They've played in this building and other big buildings before. So maybe a little bit of experience out there. The team that handles that well is a team that's going to come away with some opportunities in this game and beyond, as Bayard Rustin has a 2-0 lead, but Kane keeps it alive, chops it towards the cage, chested down in front, little low 2-on-1 possibilities. Clock gets it across, shot comes in, glove down, rebound covered up by Keller, and he'll stop playing. We have our first little push and shove, thanks to that little bit of a late chop on the cage by Jake Kloss. 6:14 left to go first period. We'll send it downstairs to Mike Samsel.
One thing that I'm keeping an eye on most right now is the goaltenders as well. Larkin, other than that last flurry, seems like he's been just a half step late in locating the puck. On the other end, the Bayard Rustin goalie right on top of it. He's making some sharp saves.
Back to the point, Kane controls. Again, a 2-0 game in favor of Bayard Rustin. So we come to you from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Toby Coffin back behind the cage. Pressure put on for Kane. Shot comes in. Save. Rebound steered calmly to the corner. Coffin back behind the net. Tries to wrap it towards the slot. All the way back to the point. Buchanan taps it up ahead. Oh, a little bit of a very close cross check or check from behind. Looks like everyone's okay, though, as Kane comes up with it and dumps it up towards the corner. Goes back behind the net. Again, the Trojans putting on some pressure. Kane declines the forecheck. And the Bayard Rustin able to clear to the neutral zone. Trying to sneak forward was Buchanan. Taken back, though, by Rustin. Near side, Straczynski. Gets it in towards the corner. Cleared off of Buchanan. And across now for Keller. Carson Keller. One hands it up ahead. Good rub-out check on him, though, by Brian Wittes. Dumped to the near side. Deflected in front. of the scorers table. Across by Straczynski, taken away. Trying to sneak through his Keller, and he gets run over. Good hit on him by Tommy Finley. So here come the Knights into the zone. Near side, Page. Back for Page. It's deflected wide as Page and Straczynski almost battled there for goal number 3. Cleared out towards the line. Kept alive by the Knights. Paymer able to clear it out to center ice, though. And right now, a desperate change here, at least for a couple of Hershey players. They are stuck in their own zone once again. As here's Bowman across the far side. Passed a little bit behind Keller. Keller angled forward for Rippon. Rippon to the outside to the corner. Good stick check on him. And it's cleared around to the near side boards. Jack Page. Angle pass up in front. Followed up into the zone. Trying to sneak his way through David Carney. Now up for Ferraro. Back behind the net. Ferraro thrown out in front. Goes off a leg and controlled by Hershey. Slammed off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Race for the puck. Could be a 2-on-1 if they get there. Turns into that 2-on-1. Freer. Pass across. And that goes just wide by Paymer. Glorious opportunity for the Trojans to get on the board, but it stays 2-0 Rustin. Now they move in 2-on-2. Lifted out in front, but just a bit too strong for Matt Owens. Paymer circles on back for Hershey. Stop side of the cage, almost lost the handle. And it's near side for Kaufman. Throws it desperately up ahead for Freer to glove it down. A nice angle pass across, 3-on-3. Now it could be 5-on-3. Paymer cuts towards the middle, and he dumps it in deep as Hershey's still in an offside position, so they need to back off. Free clear for the Knights. Moving up, here's Brett Turner. Up the near side for Harkins. Harkins with a shot and a glove save by Larkin. And he'll hold on to stop play. And we have some pushing and shoving.
Defenseman's protective instincts kick in fairly quickly when you have a scuffle in front of a net.
It doesn't matter what the score is. Everyone protects their goaltender. They might be the most padded, but they're also the most prone because they're more concentrating on the puck than anything else. Face off to the right of Christopher Larkin. He's been solid in this one. He's faced 8 shots and got 7 of them. Well, actually, he's got 6 of them. He's given up 2. Those are my math skills there as Rippon gets it to the corner.
Could not have been faulted on either of the 2 either.
Oh, not at all. Those are giveaways in the zone that have led to both Bayard Rustin goals. And here's another one. Shot comes in on the sharp angle save. Rebound comes to the near side. As Rustin continues the pressure. Keane able to grab it, though, for Hershey. Backhanded along by Bowman. Now stepping up with speed is Rippon. Crisscross his way into the zone. Cut to the outside. Backhand try, and that goes well wide. Back towards the point. Unable to keep alive, though, was Bowman. Hershey still has possession, or at least they did. They give it away here to Tommy Finley, the first goal scorer of this game. Tipped along. Gagliardi couldn't get through. Bowman gets into the zone. Could be a 3-on-1, but he's well outside. Bowman tries the cross-ice pass. It's a shot and a save. Rebound goes wide. Banked out in front. Getting tripped on the play at the side of the cage was John Harkins, and covering is Joel Keller. Now talking about letting them play. We've seen a couple of potential stick fouls and what have you. And that little push and shove match breaks up pretty quickly. Let's see if we have any infractions called for the first time. Doesn't look like we will. Another minor adjustment in this game. You don't really think about such things. As most of the community rinks, the penalty box and the benches are right next to each other. Here, it's all the way across, so maybe a minor adjustment. You can't talk to your penalized player to tell him what to do when he comes out of the box.
It is an adjustment. It's not as minor as some people might think that it is. We'll get back to that after the next stoppage.
Or maybe the next penalty. We hope we don't have any because it's been cleanly played so far in spite of some good checking on both sides as we're down to just over 2 minutes left to go here in the first period. Again, 2-0 lead for Bayard Rustin. Goals by Tommy Finley and Matt Owens. Pressure put on, though, by Hershey. A little trouble getting out of there. Lucas Christie spins away and then pitchforks it out to the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Oh, swept away at the last second. As otherwise, going in on a rush by himself would have been Brian Wittes. Instead, it's taken here by Quinn Landry around the near side board. Slams it around. Kept in by Page. Tries a wrist shot through traffic. Chested down by Larkin. And he holds on. That
puck was deflected off a stick from some player or others. It got to the net. Good job by Larkin to stay with it. And as Mike mentioned, he might have had a little trouble tracking the puck earlier in the game, but seems to have picked up over the last couple of minutes.
Again, another adjustment may also be you're playing smaller arenas. You're used to that kind of background. Now you're dealing with a completely different background of maroon seats. So, again, I'm not a goaltender. I'm not going to pretend that I know for sure, but it's certainly every little thing has to be an adjustment. Getting the game out as quick as hockey. As the shot comes in, save, and Larkin will hold on once again.
You talked about the penalty boxes being on the opposite side, and the only other rink I can think of in this area where that's the situation is over at Penn, where St. Joseph's Prep plays its varsity games. It is an adjustment for the coaches and for the player coming out of the box. What do I do? You lose a few seconds if you're going to make a player change, or the player isn't quite sure what his coach wants to do next. He's got to rely on his own instincts to a point.
The only good thing is both teams have to make that adjustment. So it is still very much even and fair. As on the near side, Carson Keller cleared out to the neutral zone. Taken over by Brock West. Near side for Keller as he breaks into the zone. Drifting on in. Pass across for Rippon. Hops over his stick. And Hershey, even though they're down 2-0, they're certainly right in this game. Turnaround shot, and that's going to be blocked. Keller trying to sneak it through. Keller gets it right back on the half boards off his chest. Reaching back forward for Rustin, Matt Owens. And then scooting away with possession is Jack Page out of the Virtua Hockey Club over in Pennsauken, New Jersey. And these teams all play with each other and against each other. I'm sure there are players on each side of this game who played with each other, as this is going to be a nicely called against Rustin. We also got the last minute of play announcement. So that is also something that's very intriguing. These teams, as high school teams, they play 2, maybe 3 times a week. But then these players also play maybe 2, 3 times as part of their club. So these might be the best conditioned athletes you might find in all of high school sports.
And at this time of the season, they've gone through the club campaign and club playoffs, so energy might be an issue, but they pick it back up for something like this, to be sure.
Oh, certainly, as Caden Freer goes to the corner, back behind the cage, looking out in front, has nothing. Freer trying to get it across, goes off a leg, sneaks over for Kaufman, can't bank it home as he gets it across. Dumped out in front was Brady Bowman. As it is angled off the glass, and Kaufman can't sneak in. Freer can, glove down by Bowman. Very scrambly play on the near side. And it's dumped in deep, and then Bowman, away from the play, is battling with Finley, but they break it up. It's Hershey gets it in deep, but not much in the way of a forecheck. Cleared around. Buchanan tries to keep it alive, can't do it. Bounce for Bowman. Near side, Buchanan backhands it along, but they have a player stuck in the zone. Outlet pass on the far side. Connects now with Straczynski. Trying to get a step, drags, but swept away by Connor King. Goes back behind for Straczynski again. Doesn't give up on that play. Sweeps it back towards the point. Wrist shot comes in. Blocked out in front by Bowman. A high block. And it goes back to the point. But that is the buzzer and the end of the first period. So after 17 minutes of play, Bad Rustin leading 2-0. We'll take a quick break. Again, there's no ice cut. There's no intermission. So don't go anywhere, as we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with second period action. You're watching the Flyers Cup Championships on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Where good sports come to meet. A perfect place to take the family, catch the game, and enjoy great food. With friends, after work, anytime is a great time to go to Barnaby's. Burgers, wings, and award-winning crab cakes, signature sandwiches and salads. And don't forget the starters. You can't go to Barnaby's without trying the cheesesteak egg rolls. Barnaby's in Ridley, Havertown, Aston, and nestled in the great historic downtown area of Westchester. You gotta get down here.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, live from Wells Fargo Center. About to start the second period of the Single A Championship game here at the Flyers Cup. Fan bases are happy. Maybe not so much for Hershey as they're down 2-0, but the Hershey Trojans are very much in this game. I'm Tom Wilms. Alongside me, Rick Wolfel. Downstairs is Mike Samsel. We're just talking off air, Rick, that you might have a little bit of a prognostication going on. You have a little prediction for us?
Well, my record as a prognosticator is remarkable for its consistency. But the next goal in this game is huge. If you're Rustin, you're up 2, and momentum is tilting in your direction, although it's not a one-sided game at all. But if you're Hershey, you're down 2, you need to get something on the board. If you go down 3, momentum is really going to shift in the wrong direction. So Hershey needs to come up with something, or at least to stay in the game. So I think the next goal that is scored will be significant either way.
And looking at the shots on goal, 11-9 in favor of Bayard Rustin, so it certainly has been evenly played. I'm saying I don't think scoring chances are even as well, but the difference in this game might be turnovers inside the defensive zone, as both Knights' goals kind of came on little turnovers.
The other factor, as Mike mentioned, we have not had a penalty. The officials are letting a lot of incidental contact go. Which team adjusts best to that as far as to the way the game is being officiated? That will be a factor. Which team deals best with a more physical brand of play?
And not exactly sure what the delay might be. Maybe a problem with the clock. Yep, the clock's still sitting at 0, so it gives us a chance to talk about what's coming up the rest of the day here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Got at 4:30, we have the AA game as you have Downingtown West and East. And you know what? Imagine if the Philadelphia Athletics stayed and played the Phillies in a championship game. That's pretty much what that's going to be, so certainly tune into that one.
That's an apt comparison.
Oh, shot comes in right off the face-off. Hershey moved in, and a nice kick save by Joel Kellers. We are underway. We switch sides. No power plays or penalties to speak of so far in this one, as Landry tries to pinch his way in towards the corner. Nice little hip check thrown by Caden Freer, and it hops away and cleared out towards the neutral zone on the backhand by Nicholas Ferrara. Goes all the way down. Icing already waved off, as Paymer will angle it up ahead, and eventually worked out now for Freer. Backhand forward now here into the zone. Drifting in Rippon. Sharp angle shot blocker saved by Keller. Rippon has it back behind the net. Leaves it in the corner. Goes back behind the cage. Thrown out in front, and it's blocked away as Bowman couldn't sneak it through. And stumped around the far side. Here's Paymer once again. Oh, lost it. Tipped out to the neutral zone, but not cleanly. Otherwise, it could have been a 2-on-1 with the Knights. Landry up ahead. Off a body for Rippon. And he'll loft it up ahead as there'll be a partial change for the Trojans. And the Golden Knights can settle things down a minute into this one. The second period, that is. Glove down. But then tapped away, right back into the zone. Losing his edge was Keller, knocked away by Straczynski. Comes out to the near side, and a little 2-on-2 into the zone. Shot comes in, blocked down out in front. Coffin tries again, can't get the handle. Dumped to the far side half board. Straczynski throws the shoulder, and now here's for Coffin. Goal line extended to the slot. Shot comes in, that goes wide, as Kloss couldn't quite get Goodwood on it. Goes back to the point, dragged near side. Pass in the skates of McDonald, but he corrals it well. Off the far side boards for Keller. Steps up with a shot. Stand-up block. Trickles down, and we could have a breakaway. Moving in is Matt Owens. Owens to the backhand. Oh, split save, and then the rebound batted to the corner by Larkin. Save of the game so far as it stays 2-0 Rustin, but they'll try to keep up the pressure. Here's Owens back behind the net. Tripped up, nothing called. Lifted towards the corner. Rustin keeps up the pressure. Across. Shot comes in. Blocker saved by Keller. May have ticked off the outside of the iron as well. Back to the point. Off the stick of Yori, and he has to play in the neutral zone. 14:52 to go, second period. 2-0 in favor of Bayard Rustin, looking for their 6th straight championship. No team has ever done that. So it comes out to the neutral zone. Keller can't quite knock it away from Straczynski. And into the zone, swept in deep by Lucas Christie. Here's side Straczynski. Back behind Christie. Trying to pass it out in front, but didn't reach the point, and here comes a 2-on-2 the other way. So here's Naughton trying the near side. Taken away from him calmly, though, by Evan Yori, the sophomore. Cleared towards the line. Dangled off the wall by Rippon. Trying to pass across, but it's blocked. And here comes a 2-on-2 the other way. So here's Straczynski to the near side. Dragging. Good sweep check on him. Straczynski tries to stay with it. Knocked down the play. Following up is West. And here come the Trojans the other way. Possible 3-on-2. Good follow-up into the zone. West goes wide. Lofts it out in front, easily steered away by Keller. And tapped to the far side, pinch in from the point. Poked forward by Landry. Towards the slot. Pass across for Rippon, but he couldn't get the shot off then. He is tripped up on the play. Both sides have been looking for penalties, and as we've said, referees are certainly letting them play. 13:38 to go in the second. Slowed down a bit by the Knights. Naughton on the stick check, but Yori. Pass up ahead off the skate of Straczynski. Kicked into the zone. Grabbed here by Landry. Cycled around the near side. And chested down by Bowman, but pickpocketed by Gagliardi. Chopped out to the neutral zone. Oh, nice hit there as Wildassin got undercut on the play. And here's Gagliardi. Trickled out to the neutral zone. Racing back for it to grab. Here is Eindhoven. Tries a shot and it's blocked. And here come the Trojans the other way. Another 2-on-2 possibility. Into the zone. Here's Freer. Freer back in. Try, save, rebound is cleared to the far side. Freer tosses across to the near side again. Back in towards the slot. That goes wide. Bowman chases behind the cage. It's stuck on the back of the net. They chop it away. And it is cleared towards the line. Not out. Glove down off of Freer as Hershey puts up some pressure. Gagliardi back behind the net, and he'll clear to the neutral zone. Hops over the stick of Adam Paymer. Goes all the way down, and icing already waved off. So Paymer has to hustle. He loses the puck. Pass out in front. The shot, and it's fought off by Larkin. He might be keeping this Trojan team in the game as a drive comes in. Deflection, and it goes just wide. That one was going well high, but then deflected down at the feet of Larkin. As now the Knights' turn to be dangerous. Backhanded towards the line. Kept alive there by Gagliardi. Big scramble out in front, 2-on-2. It's Gagliardi at the point. Tries a shot, throwing through traffic. Another try, and a kick save by Larkin. Goes back behind the net, just out of the reach, though, of Gagliardi. He catches up as, again, second period, the long change is rearing its ugly head here for the Hershey Trojans. Taken by Freer and lifted to the line, but not out. Good step up. Shot comes in, save. Rebound comes to the near side corner. And it's taken over by Page again. Page can't trickle it out in front, and the Trojans can finally at least get some breathing room. But Freer's going to step up 2-on-2. Talking about the aggressive play in this one as Freer gets decked. We'll have our first penalty of the game. It'll go against Bayard Rustin, and the Trojans are going to go on the power play. And
the officials are going to consult and see if they want to call this. Well, we'll see what they call it. We won't speculate. Boarding.
It is going to be 2 and 10. Thanks, Mike.
The boarding call in high school hockey and automatic 10-minute misconduct with trainer out on the ice.
That's Stacy Hannon-Edwards, who is around a lot of high school hockey, especially in the Westchester area. So certainly one of the unsung heroes of high school hockey in this area is Stacy.
The players are in good hands with her. We've worked with her on a number of occasions, and she knows the game. She understands the emotions involved. The players could not be in better hands than they are with her.
So Hershey's first power play of the game, and I wouldn't call this must score, but man, would that be huge if they could have this game and find a way to, again, pick up this power play goal. Either that or try to get that consistent pressure. Again, they would get maybe 45 second to a minute spurts. But if they can figure out a way to pop one home here, that would be huge.
Larkin came up with 2 big saves that really had the same impact as a goal almost, even though it did not change the scoreboard. That kept his team in the game. Now Hershey has an opportunity.
Kaufman back to the point for Paymer. Back up for Kaufman. Very aggressive kill for the Golden Knights. Up now for Keller. Pass out in front. Elevated pass. Swung on and missed by Claus. And it'll be cleared out to the neutral zone. Could be a 2-on-2 shorthanded. Trying to running back his way through was Matt Owens. And here comes a 3-on-2 for the Trojans. Pass across is out of the reach of Claus. Trying to corral it there. Throws the heavy shoulder at Daniel Turner. Clear to the line. Paymer keeps it alive. Knocked up ahead. Shot comes in. That's blocked off a leg. Loose in the slot. And it's turned away by Finley. To the line. Not out. Slapper comes in. Blocked by Finley again. And he clears. 1:09 to go in the Hershey power play as Paymer has it back behind the cage. Almost lost it to Ferraro. As here come the Trojans to the zone. Could be a 4-on-2. Shot comes in. That goes high. Sneaky release there from Brady Bowman. Comes to the near side. Freer trying to dig it out. Comes to the near side boards. Angled up ahead now for Rippon. Stick handles to the outside. And he drops it off. Taken here by Freer. Back for Rippon. Thrown all the way back to the point. Landry. Landry a shot and it's blocked. Goes to the side of the cage. Bowman is there. Bowman slowly drifts towards the corner. Back to the point for McDonald. Slap shot comes in, blocked out in front, and it's cleared to the line, but not out. Kept alive by McDonald. Cross-ice pass blocked away. Goes behind for Freer. Freer swings it out in front to the slot. McDonald tips it forward. Glove down by Rippon, and he'll dangle back towards the point. Turns and fires it to the near side, looking for Bowman on the angle pass, but it's cleared.
Good job by Rustin killing this penalty.
It's just about over with 5 seconds remaining on the advantage. Cleared up ahead, maybe one last rush as Bowman dives it up ahead looking for Freer. He'll try to tip his way through, gets through, takes a shot, and he scores! Caden Freer just got his hands free just enough to lift it home for his third of the tournament. 9:17 to go here in the second. Hershey's on the board. It's 2-1.
We talk so often about giveaways and
done, but something I noticed has been that they've been deflecting pucks out in front. Keller hasn't looked comfortable with that, and the fact that they've been deflecting pucks, that's what set up that opportunity.
we've talked so often about turnovers, guys, and taking care of the puck in your own end, and that again was a turnover that created that opportunity, and that goal is huge.
That is a non-power play goal, but certainly influenced by it as it came a few seconds afterwards. And now we talked earlier about when Rustin got up 2-0, 1-0, 2-0. How do they respond? Well, let's see how they respond now. The shot comes in, that goes high, trying to tie the game up. Cleared out towards the near side, racing in 1-on-2. William Einthoven trying to look for a trailer, nobody there. And here comes Hershey the other way, but a little slow to grab onto the puck on the far side. Dumped up ahead, followed up check on the near side as Kloss through the shoulder at Logan Gagliardi. Circle to the corner. Einthoven can't quite get it out in front. And it's cleared towards the neutral zone. Lifted in deep by Keller. And he'll come off for the change. Full change here for the Hershey Trojans. Out at center ice, Paymer gets it across. Sneaks through Naughton to the far side. Pass across, deflected by Naughton. It goes just wide. Paymer gets it across. Drive by Landry, deflected high. Now here's Brock West. Trying to pass out in front. Trickles it back behind the cage. No help out in front right now. Nice drag move, but it's going to be intercepted by Nicholas Ferraro. Ferraro coming in 1-on-3. Ferraro to the outside. Tries a shot and it rolls wide. Good step up. Thrown towards the cage. Sticked away by Larkin. Had to react very late. Thrown out in front of the slot again, but that pass just away from Owens. And that'll be cleared down. Again, late second period ice. May not make it, and it barely does. Again, with no ice cut between the first and second, that ice is chewed up pretty well. As good as Wells Fargo Center ice is, it's still going to be a bit of a factor, especially in front of the benches.
We've had the one power play opportunity, and we talked about special teams. There probably won't be many power play opportunities today the way this game is shaping up. So even though that technically was not a power play goal, it was important for Hershey to take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, they just kept up the pressure and the momentum, and Rustin has rested it back just a little bit. As they throw a big check in that corner, but chopped up the half boards. Trying to move through Kloss. Lifted up ahead, and that's going to go all the way down, but on cage. So it'll be a face-off deep in the night zone with 7:14 left to go here in the second period.
A big occasion for Hershey coach Jared Hill. He played for Hershey High School, played on a couple of league championship teams during his time there. Was not the coach when this team reached the finals in 2009, but all told has been with this team 13 seasons and feels a lot of satisfaction getting his team here.
Trojans keep up the pressure after the face-off win. Turnaround shot is blocked. Bowman gets it back, trying to get it to the slot. As all alone was Caden Freer. Now they get it to Freer, but now he's covered. Tries the backhand along. It is intercepted, slowed down. Stick wrestled out of the hand of Owens, and nothing called. But he smartly just pins it to the boards, waits for his mates to help him out. Dumped on back and grabbed here by Evan Yori, the sophomore. Yori with the angle pass. Trying to sneak his way through. Here is Owens, but knocked away. Freer cleared to the line, not out. Dragged by Ferraro, throws it towards the cage. It's blocked away. And it's bounced down to the neutral zone. Tap to the near side, and here comes a possible 3-on-2. To the outside, Kloss gets a step. Kloss takes a shot, save, rebound. It's tipped to the corner. Outlet pass up ahead, kicked away by McDonald, but followed up as a 2-on-1 develops. Nice move to try to get through by Owens, and it's forced wide and around. Trying to backhand ahead here. Paymer trickles out to the neutral zone. Nice little tip. And a 3-on-1 develops. Into the zone. Onside. West with a shot stick. Kick save to the corner as Rippon was right there on the doorstep. Here's Kaufman. Tapped up now for Rippon. Back behind the net. Drifting to the corner. And they cycle it back. Moving through Kaufman. Pass out in front. Deflected away. Juggled forward. But Hershey still has some possession. And it's finally lifted out to the neutral zone. Kaufman reaches back and banks it away. 5:50 left to go, and it hits somebody coming off the bench. That is always contentious because it could be called too many men, but it looks like it's just going to be kind of directed out of play. And once you have both legs off the ice, you are technically out of play. So the faceoff will be deep in the Rustin zone.
I think both teams have settled in now. Of course, these players are used to playing in some historically significant buildings. Many of them have probably been up to Lake Placid to play in the tournaments up there. So they're used to the environment. Now they're settled in. Let's play hockey.
2-1 lead for Bayard Rustin in the Single A championship game. It's here on the Sports Fan Base Network. This is just getting started. Dumped in deep by Ian Straczynski. Slowed down by Landry. Lost his edge. Awkwardly went down. Looks like he's all right, though. So it's angled up ahead, and sneaking out to center ice here is Freer. Trying to move his way through wide. Thrown out in front, but it's blocked away off the leg of Daniel Turner. Towards the point. Kept alive once again. Straczynski threw the big check, and we go the other way. Possible 2-on-1 into the zone. Shot, save, rebound, loose in front, backhand try. Kicked away as two chances out in front for Brian Wittes. Drive from the point, kick save. Rebound goes to the corner. Christopher Larkin has been humongous in this one. Another step-up shot, and this one is blocked. And here comes Hershey the other way. Possible breakout for Quinn Landry. Landry with a wrist shot, blocked away by Keller. End-to-end action here at the Wells Fargo Center. Move up by Bowman. Trying to time his way into the zone. Does, but lost the handle. And it's backhanded to center ice. Straczynski lost to open ice to the near side. Nobody there for the Knights, and Kaufman grabs it for the Trojans. Kaufman trying to spin away from Straczynski. Dump back down for McDonald. Cleared off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Kicked down by Keller. Backhands along. Ooh, and almost ran right into Justin Owens. Dumped down by the Knights. Not going to make it for icing. So somebody needs to hustle back there if you're the Trojans. McDonald is met there by Carney, but it goes back behind the net. Around the near side for West. Has time in front of him. Bounces far side, just a little bit behind Keller, so he couldn't quite grab it, but he clears it over. And is unable to knock it out to center ice was Yori. Yori backhands again, intercepted. And it's tipped out to center ice, and now outletting here for Ferraro as he steps up on a breakaway. Ferraro, forehand, can't squeeze it home. Good split stop by Larkin, forcing him wide. Bounced out in front. That's deflected wide by McDonald. The chant is, he's a wall, as trying to move up is Yori, but he comes back in offside. Play stopped, 3:40 left to go here in the second.
Larkin did a great job to cover that near side post and take the angle away, force the shooter to go to the outside. He's been superb in the second period.
And it's not always the save. Sometimes it's just the positioning that forces you to throw it wide or go wide. Dumped in deep by Rustin around the near side boards. Again, they lead by a score of 2-1, but Hershey's getting more and more confident as this game goes along as Jake Kloss tries to clear it across. Landry backhands it along. Kept in the zone. Nope, they're going to say offside, and they do touch up. And that's intentional. So the faceoff comes all the way back to the Knight zone.
A lot of quality goaltenders don't necessarily look spectacular on the ice, but that's because they execute the fundamentals of their position well and play the angles well. All they do is stop the puck.
At the end of the day, that's all you have to do. All that extra stuff, playing the puck, as long as you can keep it out of the net, that's all that really matters. Doesn't matter how you look.
Indeed.
As Kloss steps up, but can't quite control. Spun out to the neutral zone, but Hershey dumps it right back in. Not very far. Outlet pass connects to Straczynski. Had a step, but no angle. Tries the shot anyway, and it's chested down by Larkin. Nice tap across, and the intercept. Shot by Owens, paddled away by Larkin. Backhand ahead by Naughton as we have a penalty coming up. An offensive zone penalty against Bayard Rustin, and that is going to drive Nick Russo absolutely crazy. Looks like it was a pick. Good in lacrosse, good in basketball, not so much in hockey. So Hershey will go on the power play for the second time. And even though they didn't score on the power play last time, it certainly was influential on the lone Trojan goal in this game. So unlike in the NHL, the faceoff doesn't automatically come back into the offender's zone. You basically get to advance a zone. Penalty happened in the offensive zone of the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights, so you move back a dot. For those who are new to the high school game. As the Trojans do control. Again, second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1. They trail by 1 late in this second period. The call's interference. Little stutter step move, but Straczynski still got a chunk of Freer. Here come the Trojans. Bunched up on the near side as Freer dumps to the corner. And they'll try to spread it out now. Nice move to the outside. Bowman dumped up ahead for Rippon. Swept off his stick. Goes back towards the point. Pitch in by McDonald. McDonald the drive is blocked out in front. And still controlled by the Trojans as Freer was able to move back. Dump back behind the cage. Still moving with it. Freer stops in the corner. Lofted back to the point. Wrist shot. Nobody in front. Easy save for Keller. And play is stopped. A little poke towards the goaltender. And that's going to mean some pushing and shoving.
We've got a Rustin player down on the ice, whether he just lost his footing or there was a push or a shove involved there.
Yeah,
the officials getting between them.
Yeah, it looked like Bowman was shoved from behind just a little bit. I think he was guilty of the relatively late poke on the goaltender. Again, that's always going to draw a crowd, and the officials all know that. And they'll give you a push, a shove, a hold. Okay, get it out of your system. But you do too much, I'm going to throw you to the box.
If you're protecting your goaltender, you will get more leeway. And should.
1:11 left to go in the power play for Hershey. 2:11 to go in the second period. Face-off down, kick back, shot comes in. That goes just high through a lot of traffic. Angled back towards the point here for Landry. Dumped up for Rippon. Now for Bowman. Bowman looking for the cross-ice pass deflected to the far side boards. But still possession for Freer. Freer spins his way to the corner. Dumps it back for Paymer, but that's slow ice. It takes a while to get back. As here comes the drive. Blocker save. Rebound paddle away from Bowman. Comes over, shot. That goes high by Freer. Pressure put on this power play. 40 seconds to go in the advantage as Rippon comes across. Inside the dot. Takes a shot. Didn't get all of it. Blocked away. And then Pitchfork down for the clear. 30 seconds to go in the power play for Hershey. 1:28 left to go here in the second period. So here's Paymer. Nice cut move. Wanted to drop it. Instead tries a shot and it's blocked right back to him. Paymer still has it. Swept across away from Landry and it trickles out to the neutral zone. So everyone else left to touch up. 11 seconds to go in this power play. Dumped along. Intercepted by Lucas Christie. And he'll skide out to the neutral zone. And that'll just about do it for the power play. As Hershey is now 0 for 2. They get it in deep. And you heard the announcement. We're now under a minute to go here in the second period. Tight game so far between the number 1 and number 6 seed. Thrown out in front, paddled away by Keller. Trying to dance his way through is Gagliardi. And around the near side, outlet pass connects for Wittes. Into the zone, Owens. Owens trying to get a step, lifted towards the cage, and they score! Oh, what a great pass! Nicholas Ferraro sneaks it through the legs of Larkin. That is his 8th goal of the tournament. And with 32 seconds to go in the period, it's now 3-1 Bayard Rustin.
Great feed from Owens to Ferraro, who took advantage of it, a blind drop pass, and that's the advantage of two players that have played together as long as these two have. They know where their teammate's going to be. A no-look pass, and you get a goal.
What a huge turn of events. As late in this period, Bayard Rustin gets their 2-goal lead back. We send it downstairs to Mike Samsel.
The other thing that I think caught the goaltender off guard there, that puck knuckled just a little bit. I think he was expecting a faster shot and got a slower one, and it just affected his reaction time just that much.
So a 3-1 lead, as now they break in looking for more. Backhand try. That goes high by Nicholas Ferraro. 10 seconds left to go. Towards the line, swept towards the near side. Intercepted. Last chance here for Rustin, but good sliding save by the defenseman. Poked towards the half boards, and that will do it for the second period. Oh, what a exciting first 34 minutes of this game. 2 periods in the books, and Bayard Rustin has a 3-1 lead. We'll take a break and come back in just a couple minutes. You're watching the Flyers Cup Championship on the Sports Fanbase Network.
Barnaby's, where good sports come to meet. A perfect place to take the family, catch the game, and enjoy great food. With friends, after work, anytime is a great time to go to Barnaby's. Burgers, wings, and award-winning crab cakes, signature sandwiches and salads. And don't forget the starters. You can't go to Barnaby's without trying the cheesesteak egg roll.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. We are between periods 2 and 3 of our Class A final. This is the Flyers Cup Single A Championship game, the first of 3 today, with Westchester Rustin on top of Hershey by a score of 2-1. My name is Rick Wolfett, alongside former Flyer Brad Marsh. And Brad, first of all, your impressions watching this game.
Well, it's exciting. It's great. It's great to see all the kids here, all the families here, and the various fans from the respective towns. And I moved back about 3 years ago. I've been living in Canada after my NHL career, and I was exposed to the Flyers Cup. I don't really remember it when I played here in the 80s, but it's such a great it's great hockey and a great atmosphere that the teams present for us. And so I really enjoy it. I look forward to the championship games, and me and Bob Keller are here presenting the championship trophies.
This is year 40 for the Flyers Cup. It started back in 1980, and really the Flyers getting involved in all that sparked the growth of high school and amateur hockey in general around this area, and I know everybody in the organization is tremendously proud of that.
Yeah, most definitely. It's just another thing that the Flyers did under the vision of Mr. Snyder way back when. And his goal, or the Flyers organization goal, was to grow the game of hockey, and the Flyers Cups was just one of many things that they did, or that they did at the time. And you know what? It's so great to see, and you just look over the history of the tournament and who played in it, and so many of the guys, kids played, the Flyers guys, they settled here and their kids have played in the tournament, and it's just a great atmosphere, as I've said many, many times, and Flyers were happy to be a part of it.
Going back all those years, it started as a 4-team event. They played it over at the University of Pennsylvania at first, and it's moved around a little bit. It's grown in scope, but the Flyers have always been involved with it. What has it meant to you? I know you're involved on the amateur hockey side and spreading the joys of this game to various clubs in the area. What does it mean to you to get back to the game like that?
Well, you mentioned 4 teams. Imagine that 4 teams started this thing, and now we even have a selection cup announcement, just like the NCAA does for all of their sports. So it's really grown. It's great. And what do I like about it? And I mentioned it before is I like coming here and seeing all the students here supporting the teams, and they're dressed up, their faces are painted, some of them got their clothes off, or their shirts off, I should say, for heaven's sakes. And once again, I don't mean to keep repeating myself, but they just bring such a great vibe, and it's a great atmosphere. So, from someone that played in the National Hockey League for 15 years and really thrived on the various rinks that I played in, and the fans getting into it and the fans going crazy. And, of course, we all know the Flyer fans are one of a kind. And so it's really neat to see that excitement and enthusiasm right at the high school hockey level as well.
How have you seen the game of hockey in general evolve from the days that you played? It's much more of an international game now, and you're seeing more young players playing, particularly in this area. But how has the sport evolved from the days that you played? Well,
just like you said, it's a world sport now, and it was a Canadian, for the most part, Canadian-only sport. The vast majority of NHL players came from Canada, but now I don't know the percentages, but it's a worldwide sport. You could go and play professional hockey in England, for heaven's sakes. There's their pro league there, and it's just wonderful to see. I mean, I know soccer is the king around the world. It's played in so many different countries, but I tell you what, hockey's a very, very. It's got to be number 2 in the world for sports played in various countries, and it's just great to see. And you know what, if you're away from the game and for any length of time, you come back and you look at a program, you can't even imagine where all the players are coming from. There's 32 teams next year. Is Seattle coming in next year or the year after?
I believe it's the year after.
Yeah,
but don't hold me to that.
So anyhow, there'll be 32 teams in the league, and the makeup of the players, it's very, very much worldwide.
To get back to this tournament for a moment, this building, and a lot of what is going on in the city of Philadelphia is part of Mr. Snyder's vision, and he's no longer with us. But what was it like to play for him, to play for his franchise, and to see the impact that he had on the growth of hockey over the course of your career and beyond?
Well, it was just tremendous, and it was a thrill to be a Flyer, a thrill to play in be a part of the Flyers organization. And I came here in '81. And it was very much a family, because Mr. Snyder obviously owned the team, but he lived with the team. He was here each and every day, and he ran it as his personal business. It wasn't a toy for him like many pro sports owners now when they own a major professional team. It was his baby. It was his bread and butter. And when I played, Jay Snyder, Lindy Snyder, we were the same ages as kids, and so we all kind of grew up together at the same time. And so it was quite a unique atmosphere.
Brad, we appreciate your spending the time with us, and all you and Rob Baer and the rest of the Flyers organization is doing to promote amateur hockey. This is your vision, what we're seeing here today. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Brad Marsh is our guest between periods. Rustin on top of Hershey 2-1. We'll have the third period coming up for you shortly.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Barnaby's, where good sports come to meet. A perfect place to take the family, catch the game, and enjoy great food. With friends, after work, anytime is a great time to go to Barnaby's. Burgers, wings, and award-winning crab cakes, signature sandwiches and salads. And don't forget the starters. You can't go to Barnaby's without trying the cheesesteak egg rolls. Barnaby's in Ridley, Havertown, Aston, and nestled in the great historic downtown area of Westchester. You gotta get down here.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the Wells Fargo Center as we send it downstairs to Mike Samsel as he wraps up our first and second periods.
Thank you very much, Tom. What a great game it's been here. And we're going to have another one coming up, Downingtown East and Downingtown West. I'm joined by my broadcast partner for that game, Bill Kaiser. We'll have that coming up, game 2 of our triple header here on the Sports Fanbase Network. And, Bill, you talk about huge rivalries in the area. It doesn't get much bigger than Downingtown East and Downingtown West.
No, Downingtown East and Downingtown West both are rivals, big rivals, coming at you, and it's going to be an exciting one because Downingtown West is the 15th seed, and they're going to play the number 1 seed, and we're going to have a really roller coaster of a game coming at you.
Yeah, I really think so, and it's interesting that they come in as the 15th seed because they're an incredibly talented team, but at times, as we see throughout the high school hockey season, sometimes the upper echelon players get pulled away by club and things like that, but Downingtown West was made whole for this postseason, and that's how they've been able to make this run.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Downingtown West, they missed, like you said, a couple players, and they lost a couple games in overtime. They have 5 overtime games, and they lost 4 of them. But if they would have had them players, then they would have won that game. That would have put them in a different seed, a different bracket. But they are definitely a team not to take lightly because they're going to come at Downingtown East pretty bad.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. We're going to have it coming up from the Wells Fargo Center here on the Sports Fanbase Network. It'll be game 2 of our triple header, Downingtown East, Downingtown West, as we head back up to Tom and Rick for the third period. Gentlemen.
Thanks so much, Mike. Again, looking forward to a great game at 4:30. We also have the 7 o'clock game in the AAA. But back to our current situation, a 3-1 lead for Bayard Rustin over the Hershey Trojans. And we were talking off air. I was talking to Mike Samsel as well about this. That last goal to make it a 3-1 game, bit of a backbreaker, and it's going to be huge the way Hershey's going to they have to respond relatively quickly.
They've got to respond quickly, not right out of the box, but certainly within the first couple of minutes they need a goal and they need a good scoring opportunity early on. They've got to play uphill against a team that is deep and talented. You got to wonder if energy will be a factor. All these players have gone through long seasons, not just at the high school level, but also with their club teams. Those seasons just wrapping up within the last week or so. So you've got to certainly account for that. So it will be interesting to see how this period starts out. The first 2 or 3 minutes are going to be very crucial how things play out.
And we were just talking throughout the entire game about these 2 teams playing on the big stage of the Wells Fargo Center and this championship. Just had a look downstairs at the referees. They're even taking pictures. Yeah, they're focused and serious about what they're doing. But you know what? They certainly have to recognize, hey, the enormity of this assignment for them. So congratulations to these 4 officials. Again, they're picked here on merit. They certainly they want the best officials for the best games, and that's pretty much what we're going to have all day here today. So the teams are going to come out real quick. So we will take a quick break, about 30 seconds, and we'll be back with third period action in just a few minutes here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, live Wells Fargo Center here in Philadelphia. The Single A Championship game of the 2019 Flyers Cup about to start the third period. As you can see, a 3-1 lead for the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights over the Hershey Trojans. Goal scorers the first two periods for Bayard Rustin: Nicholas Ferraro, Tommy Finley, and Matt Owens. Caden Freer has the lone goal for Hershey. And the shots on goal you can see on your screen at 21-10. It was 11-10 in favor of Hershey, so they pulled within one. Well, pulled one closer, rather, in comparison to the first period. We were just talking off air. We'll talk about the same thing on air. You know what? That first 4 or 5 minutes is going to be huge in this one.
Hershey's going to want a fast start. If you're new to high school hockey, on the Flyers Cup, they get a fresh sheet of ice for the third period, so that will factor in as well. But Hershey needs a jump start of these next 3 or 4 minutes.
As Paymer tries to give him that jump start with the shot, but it is spiked away by the hand of Justin Owens. And Hershey has had a good ton of pressure in this game, but both goaltenders have been quite strong. This very easily could be lopsided either way, if not the goaltending being very, very good.
I told you, goaltenders are superior.
As Paymer controls back behind the cage, he grabs it from said goaltender, Christopher Larkin. Paymer now up ahead for Kaufman. Can't quite control it cleanly. Tipped up to the near side. Trying to juggle it through. Here's Nicholas Ferraro, but spun away from him by Jake Kloss. Kloss gets ahead for Kaufman. Kaufman trying to get it deep, but it goes off the leg of Evan Yori. Yori with a little bit of time. And he'll skate it up himself, but dumps it all the way down. An icing call. And that's a tough decision for Evan Yori. And we have all that time. Certainly don't want to deal with a face-off in your own zone. That's exactly what we have. Just 59 seconds into the third period. Face-off to the right, Joel Keller, coming out of the Philadelphia Little Flyers organization. Very strong between the pipes. Here's Evan Yori. Turnaround shot that goes wide by Brock West. And at the point, Kane keeps it alive, dumps in deep. Two number sevens overskate the puck. Good pinch in, though, by Ian McDonald. Tipped out the center ice. Dumped in by West. Ice tilted in the favor of Hershey right now. Jack Page gets it across for Yori. Tip to the line, not out. McDonald tries to backhand it in deep. And it's worked to the neutral zone by Lucas Christie. Going right back along. Keller can't control. And it's spiked down off the glove of Kane. And taken here by Brock West. West, a freshman, trying to squeeze his way through. Then towed away by Lucas Christie. Christie throws it towards the cage, blocked away by Kane. Sneaking through, though, is Rippin. Goes to the far side. Good check, though, by Christie. And Bayard Rustin tries to get some pressure going, but taken away by McDonald. He slams around the near side. Kept alive at the point by Page. Dumped to the corner. Through Straczynski to the far side. Drifting over here is Freer. To the line, not out. Now the ice starts to tilt the other way as Christie gets it back for Straczynski. Good smear off of him as McDonald pokes it forward off the shelf. And here come the Trojans the other way. Little 2-on-2, possibly 3-on-3 to the outside. Shot comes in. That goes high. Great opportunity for Caden Freer's second of the game. Turnaround shot. That goes wide this time by Patrick Naughton. Clear to the neutral zone. Landry backhands it ahead. Justin Owens. Eventually worked across. And now here's Straczynski. And he comes in offside. Play is stopped. With 14:09 left to go third period, it stays a 3-1 game, and it kind of feels like a first period, doesn't it?
It seems like a fresh start, and part of that is because of the fresh ice. I think the teams feel like they get a fresh start after that situation. It doesn't come up often during the regular season. It does during the Flyers Cup.
And part of it is, I would think, again, 2-goal lead or deficit, depending on your situation. Don't want to make that next mistake. So maybe just being a little cautious. But how long can Hershey afford to stay cautious? This is dumped down, but deflected, so icing already waved off. Played around the near side. Finley keeps it alive, throws out in front, skated away by Landry. He'll start to rush the other way, but his outlet pass is just a little bit too strong for Kaufman, who does get the toe of his stick to it and gets it in deep. Cleared around and penalty called. It'll be an interference against Bayard Rustin. So Hershey will go to the power play for the third time. I wouldn't exactly say that Bayard Rustin's cutting a rut to the penalty box, but they're the only team that's been penalized so far.
3 minors plus the 10-minute misconduct that went with the boarding call.
So a huge opportunity here for the Trojans to pull within 1 again. Rippon is ready to take the draw. 23 goals during the league season, where it's culminated in a Bears Cup championship. Looking to add a Flyers Cup and a chance to play for the state title. Something that Hershey has never been able to do, as Freer lofts it back for Kane. Tossed across the far side. Drive comes in. Just missed the post. Kane once again. Up for Freer on the half boards. Freer inside the circle. Takes a shot out the glove of Keller. There was a lot of daylight on the near side post. But Keller with a reaction save, and it's cleared. 1:33 to go in the Trojan power play. Ian McDonald will leave it aside for Freer. Good forecheck by Ferraro to force him to circle back. Again, that's a precious couple of extra seconds. It's cleared to the neutral zone. Then backhanded away by Matt Owens. So now Hershey having trouble getting out of their own zone on the man advantage, which now has a minute 11 to go in it. So here's Rippon into the zone. Drop pass. Shot comes in. Blocker save. Rippon has it in the corner. Back for Bowman. Bowman trying to move his way through the circle. Knocked away by Evan Yori. Across for Paymer. Taps it up ahead. Bounces it up for Freer. Freer spun around well by Page. But Hershey keeps up the pressure. Bowman whistles it wide. Far side, McDonald was pinching in. We could have a 2-on-1 the other way short-handed. So here comes Nicholas Ferraro. Nice pass to the near side. Owens tries a shot and it goes high. Not much time left in the power play. 32 seconds to be exact. 3-on-3 into the zone. Backhanded over. Freer with a shot. Just missed the post and almost banked off the goal. Another save on the splits. Loose out in front. Backhand try out the side of the net. Huge opportunity for Hershey as Rustin's able to clear. Away from the play, some pushing and shoving.
Owens involved there for Westchester Rustin. I think he's going to go off.
Looks like Freer is going to go as well.
2 of the better players on their respective teams go into the box. For holding and for roughing, it appears.
So we'll stay 5-on-4 for 16 seconds at 5-on-4 in favor of Hershey. Again, their third power play of the game. They are 0 for 2. And they've had some great opportunities. And almost got a glorious bounce off the back of the goaltender. See if they add anything else to these penalties. Doesn't look like they will. Puck is down and controlled by Paymer of the Trojans. Across now for Landry. Landry. Backhand's tended for the near side corner. Gagliardi. It's taken away by Hershey. Back to the point. Landry. Rolling puck and he slaps it wide. Power play is expired. As Hershey's now 0 for 3 as Paymer trying to get to the outside. Absorbing a shoulder from Daniel Turner, who is the man fresh out of the box. Goes back behind, just out of the reach, though, of Keller. Big scramble in that corner. These board battles are going to be amplified as this game moves along late into the third period. It's now out to center ice, goes all the way down, and icing will be called against the Golden Knights.
However this game turns out, Hershey has certainly proved that they belong here and that the Central Interscholastic League is a force in high school hockey. One of the attributes that sets that league and the Intercounty League apart, the teams are grouped by geography more or less and not simply by classification. So these teams are going against AA teams throughout their league season, which helps at this time of the year.
Puck is down and dumped in deep by Rustin, as again Hershey's had the lion's share of play in this period. Let's see if Rustin can turn that around. If they can figure out a way to score, go up by 3. That'd be a huge mountain to climb as it comes out in front. Turnaround shot, and it's kicked away by Larkin. Great opportunity there out in front by Brian Wittes. They could keep up the pressure, but then it's bounced away, and here comes Brock West the other way. Long cross-ice pass for Bowman. Into the zone, 3-on-2. Bowman steps up with a drive, and it goes high. Now on the far side, McDonald. Dumped towards the corner, but the only one there is Ian Straczynski. And he'll slow it down for Daniel Turner. Whipped around the near side and then tipped out to the neutral zone by Christie. But got too much of it. It's going to roll all the way down. And icing called against Bayard Rustin.
The deficit is still 2 goals, and the clock's starting to wind down, starting to be just a little bit of a factor now as Hershey will start to have to play against the clock as much as Rustin.
And what will make things interesting is we talked about early in this period how it's kind of a feeling out process. How long can Hershey afford to feel out? Well, the time has come that they may need to press the play. You lose 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, there's no difference. So you might as well come at it, force them to counterpunch, and get some opportunities. Banked up ahead here for Keller. Taken away from him. Spun forward by John Harkins. Now racing in, Eindhoven. Backhand try, that goes wide. Step up by Yori to keep it alive. Eindhoven, a lot of size there, but they're going to call the hand pass. We have some pushing and shoving. And Eindhoven is basically go face-to-face with Jake Kloss, but that breaks up very quickly as Eindhoven looks like, at least from up here, looks like he has at least 6 inches on him.
Or more.
Or more.
And probably about 40 pounds.
Well, if you think about it, these guys, range in age from 18 all the way down to 14. A lot of growing can happen during that time. I've seen guys as short as 4'11" at this level and as tall as 6'5". Paymer tries to backhand it up ahead. Intercepted. Backhand try. Blocked loose in the paint, but poked away by Larkin. The pass up ahead is just out of the reach of Carson Keller, and this time it's an icing call against Hershey. Again, familiarity breeds contempt. Now, again, these two teams have faced each other each of the last 3 years, not including this one, and Rustin has always gotten in the way of Hershey advancing.
And that doesn't account, of course, for club players. A lot of these players have crossed paths, regardless of who they're playing for. They know each other.
Turnaround shot deflected wide is right there on the doorstep with Straczynski, who gets it right back. Nice angle backhand shot that goes wide. Straczynski again. Back behind the net. Very tight. Shot comes in, sliding block by McDonald. It rides the shelf back towards the point, and Yuri can't keep it alive. Followed up by Rippon. He'll try to start a 3-on-2s. Here's Bowman. Up now for Rippon. Drags his way towards the slot, but nice defensive work by Rustin. As getting his stick in the way is Evan Yuri. He has it back behind the cage. And it's cleared to the neutral zone. Little pushing and shoving as Kane moves in. Pass across, out of the reach of Kaufman. He catches up, dumps toward the corner, too strong for Rippon as it goes back behind the net. Here's Evan Yuri. Cleared to the line, not out. Kane taps it across. Getting in the way, though, is Wittes. He'll try again for the clear. Outlet pass, Straczynski moving in as he tries to get a step. Straczynski has the step, takes a shot to save. Huge stop by Christopher Larkin. Pass across, out of the reach of Page. Page catches up, takes a shot, that goes wide. Now possible 3-on-2. Into the zone, turns to a 2-on-1. They find the trailer. Wrist shot comes in, deflected. Caden Freer couldn't get it through. Freer lofts it across. Landry. Good back check, though, by Ferraro. Cleared to the line, not out. The step up and the drive goes wide by Paymer. Turnaround shot on the sharp angle. Still loose, then covered up as Paymer couldn't quite grab that rebound.
That rebound was a little bit of tricky coming off the end wall. Good job by the goaltender to cover that.
And neutral site game, obviously, here at the Wells Fargo Center, so you don't know quite how these boards play as well as you would your home rink. But both teams have adjusted to just about everything very well in this game. A 3-1 game, 8:11 left to go here in the third period. Faceoff is down towards the cage, and it goes wide. Backhanded behind the net. Here's Page with it. Outlets up ahead for Ferraro. Ferraro whistles it wide. This goes around to the near side corner. Step up by Gagliardi. He's smeared hard to the boards, and here come the Trojans the other way. Possible 3-on-3. Paymer trying to running back his way through. Gets into the zone. Followed up by Keller. And it's cleared to center ice. And one-on-one trying to move through was Gagliardi. He's back behind the plate. Paymer got dumped. Then Landry gets hit. Then Paymer throws the high check, and it's a penalty against Hershey. It'll be an interference call. And we've seen it before, whether it be the Flyers or every other level of hockey, the retaliation always gets seen.
And the player never thinks he's guilty of a penalty. In January of 2017, a player actually admitted he was guilty of a minor penalty.
Without talking the mic off air downstairs. Good thing the microphone is off, and to be honest with you, we might have been able to hear some of his colorful language up here. A little frustration there. Trying to get back in this game, but now a power play. The first one of the game for Rustin as the shot comes in. That's deflected wide. So here's Rippin towards the corner. Kept alive. Page across for Straczynski. Now to the far side from Matt Owens. Owens gets it deep. McDonald is there first. Whips it around the boards. Kept in by Page. But another penalty. And it looks to be against Hershey. Oh, maybe not. It's like I thought I saw Straczynski doubled over. But it is going to be a slash against Bayard Rustin's Lucas Christie. So there goes the power play. We'll play some 4-on-4. And again, another retaliation. And that is intriguing. The healthy hate is starting to build between these two teams, getting to the later stages.
What you would expect as we get to the late seconds or late moments of a Flyers Cup final, and the sense of urgency picks up.
So 3-on-3 develops here as Bowman moves in. Bowman drags to the outside, lost possession, then absorbs a bump from Daniel Turner. Cleared towards the line. Kane keeps it alive. Bowman, kick to the stick, moves up inside the circle, tries a shot save, and no rebound by Joel Keller. 6:46 left to go here in the third period. We send it downstairs to Mike Samsel.
Thank you very much, Tom. And you talked about the healthy hatred boiling between these two teams. It's going full on right now. Paymer and Westchester Rustin's player are just jawing back and forth at each other. Let's say exchanging pleasantries. So this game is at an 11 in intensity right now.
The funny thing is, Mike, is we just saw them, as you were talking about the healthy hate, they were just sharing a water bottle, so maybe just competitive hate. Oh, breakaway possibility. Goes to the shot, and he scores! Matt Owens broke free. Didn't seem to get all the shot, but he gets it underneath Larkin. It's his second of the game, 8th of the playoff, and Rustin has taken a 4-1 lead.
Matt Owens, the most valuable player in this tournament, outstanding player in this tournament last year, certainly making a bid for it this time off his performance in this game today.
He is the leading scorer on the tournament so far, tied with Nicholas Ferraro, so maybe in the postgame he'll get his second MVP in a row, but Hershey will try to have something to say about it. As have a bit of a false start on this face-off. Not exactly sure what the problem was there. Maybe just a little bit of an issue with the drop of the puck or somebody's positioning. But either way, we'll do it again. And the situation has become very harrowing for Hershey. Kane gets it across. Freer trying to move through for Kaufman. Kaufman to the corner. And at this point, Hershey needs to score pretty much a goal every minute and a half to 2 minutes to get back into this one, trailing 4-1. Dumped in deep, though, by Nicholas Ferraro to the corner. Ferraro back behind the cage. And he's going to be in no rush as we stay 4-on-4, by the way. Dumped in deep by Turner around the near side. A little surprised at this pinch in from Tommy Finley, but it works. McDonald able to drag it away, and he'll start a rush for Hershey. 6 minutes to go. As they lose possession, McDonald kind of circled away, then circles back to try to grab it. A little help from Kaufman, and back for Buchanan. Buchanan tries the cross-ice pass. That's intercepted. Tipped up ahead, trying to move through. Here's Owens, but knocked away. He was looking for the hat trick. Dumped down. This is still 4-on-4, so icing can occur. Cleared off of Rippon to center ice. Buchanan. Nice look for Kaufman. Kaufman to the outside. Kaufman to the corner. Backhands to the slot. Bowman with a backhander goes just wide. Here's Jack Page. Pass up ahead. As it is now a power play for the next 2 seconds. That'll break up quickly. As Hershey's now 0 for 4 in the power play. They try the shot. Looked like it was going wide, but Keller snares it anyway to stop play. Back to full and even strength. 5:13 left to go here in the third. And it stays 4-1 Rustin.
And Rustin closing in on what would be a Flyers Cup first. If they hold their lead, that would be their 6th Flyers Cup championship in a row. Nobody has ever done that in any classification, remember, going back to when this tournament started in 1980.
as Paymer chops it away, dumped up ahead by Rippon. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Landry grabs it at the center line and backhands deep. Goes back behind the cage, paddled away by Keller. Whipped around the near side. Again, Westchester Bayard Rustin is not going to really be in a lot of a rush here. They're going to play it smart. They've been in this situation as Bowman throws the big check. Everyone gets together. Puck squirts away, and so does everyone is able to break things up. And right now, Hershey cannot afford to get involved in anything. They need to find a way to get some offense going. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Landry chases back into his own zone, being harassed by Brian Wittes. Given up to the outside. Pass out in front. Straczynski scores! Ian Straczynski all alone in front picks up his second goal of the tournament. And Rustin now leads 5-1 with 4:20 to go. A lot of pushing and shoving in front after the goal, as frustration boiling over. And I'll tell you right now, this scoreline, it certainly does not reflect how tight this game has been. As Hershey, I'm sure, could have tasted the opportunity to pick up a win in this game, but at this point, not to be. Send it downstairs to our third man, Mike Samsel.
Thank you very much, Tom. You got to remember, Westchester Rustin, Bayard Rustin's got to keep their head about this game. If they win, they're going to have another game to go on to. You get yourself a game misconduct, you're going to be disqualified for that state championship game. So Westchester Rustin, you mentioned Hershey's got to stay out of the extracurricular stuff, but so does Bayard Rustin.
Absolutely great point. That Pennsylvania Cup championship game will be coming up next weekend out at Robert Morris University in Pittsburgh. And Bayard Rustin, they have had a back-and-forth history in that game. And certainly as great as it is to potentially win a Flyers Cup, a Pennsylvania Cup is that much better. It's that much sweeter. It's a state championship.
And then they have a national tournament to go to beyond that, the USA Hockey National High School event, which this team won 2 years ago, beating a team from California in the championship game that year. This year, the tournament will be held in Cleveland. That will be the week after the state tournament.
Yeah, it's usually first, second week of April, and I've had the fortune of calling that tournament at different levels, and that is, again, that's that next level of competition. It is so much fun. As Mike, what do you got?
Well, if they call Straczynski for a fight here, that's going to be an automatic suspension. So that's the source of the delay right now, what they're talking about. If they give Straczynski a fight for rattling Freer's cage, then he's not going to be able to play in that final.
And another point is, again, whether it was a punch, which means fight, or if he grabbed the face mask, which is usually a 5-minute and a plus a game. So that'll be, again, very much something to think about here, as much as we're trying to focus here on the Flyers Cup. But these guys could potentially have other fish to fry. So both teams would be very wise to just skate away from everything from this point out. And again, but you can certainly understand the frustration from Hershey. Again, basically it was just out of their reach in this one, as again, we're down to 4:20 to go. They have to score a goal a minute to try to get back into this game. So it'll be a very intriguing, as here is the bracket on the way into this tournament. And Hershey, the number 6 seed, a couple of nice upsets to get here. Again, they started off defeating the number 11 seed, but they beat the number 3 and the number 2. But it looks like at this point they're a little bit short on the number 1 seed, and that is Bayard Rustin, as Rustin has been able to roll. And this is very intriguing as well, as now a timeout has been called by Bayard Rustin. They may have overheard us. They may be talking about, hey, we're up by 4, and let's focus on finishing this game off strong and with class, and moving on to the state championship.
I believe Coach Russo may be delivering what we would call euphemistically a motivational address. You like that? Rustin did call the timeout, and I'm sure that's what he is reminding his players in all seriousness. Look, we've got to hold this together. You want to be able to play next week. And we have not heard penalties announced. The 4 officials are still conferring down below. Mike Samsel is down there monitoring what is going on. 2 referees and 2 linesmen, the NHL system working the Flyers Cup semifinals and finals, actually, with a 4-man system.
So they'll announce the goal first, and it is Ian Straczynski. And it's all going to be all roughing calls, and I'm not going to say if it's a break or not, but we'll move on, and so will both of these teams to finish off the rest of this game. But back to this Flyers Cup. Great performance for Bayard Rustin so far. Again, they weathered some serious storms from Hershey, but it looks like they are potentially on their way to the title.
And winning 6 in a row, that means 3 different groups of young men have gone through the program 4 years consecutively. And again, a lot of these players in Rustin uniform started playing together at very young ages, elementary school age, and they're used to playing with each other. And we saw that on display several times tonight, where you know where your teammate's going to be. Really, without looking, it's almost like you're of one mind.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the Flyers Cup Single A Championship game. See the score? 5-1 in favor of Bayard Rustin. Easy for me to say. But the game has been closer than that score. As here's Evan Yorey with a wrist shot deflection save. And steered away by Larkin. Almost came back out in front. Bit of a scramble. And here comes Hershey the other way. This is Ian McDonald. 3-on-2 possibility. McDonald cuts wide. Drags between the legs against Yorey. Tries the sharp angle shot. Glove save by Keller. And he will hold on. Down to 3:21 left to go here in the third. Make sure when this game is over, don't go anywhere. We've got the AA game coming up. Downingtown East, Downingtown West. Nothing better than a crosstown rivalry. But then you add the Flyers Cup Championship to it. That'll be a whole lot of fun, as Mike Samsel and Bill Kaiser will have the call. Me and Mike will switch as I'll head downstairs.
That one should be terrific. So should the AAA final. LaSalle going for a record 11th Flyers Cup.
So certainly stay on the Sports Fan Base Network all day long here on this St. Patrick's Day. It's a nice little rush out in front. Unable to get the backhander off, though, as Nicholas Ferraro. And we go the other way as here's Quinn Landry. Landry gains the line, and he is jacked hard. That was a lineup check by Matt Owens as we go the other way again. Little one-on-one. Drag to the outside. Ferraro stops in the corner, waiting for his mates to get a potential change here. This is dumped all the way back. And LaSalle coming up later against St. Joe's Prep. Hershey right now on the power play. Pass across, one-time drive, save, rebound, turnaround by West goes just wide. 2 huge opportunities. But Joel Keller stepping up late. We're down to 2:15 to go. Back to even strength. As Hershey's now 0 for 5 on the power play. And this is something they'll look at as a possible reason for this game going the way it did. As it comes out in front, shot comes in, that's deflected wide. Ferraro in the corner. Gets through some stick checks. Ferraro still has it, drops it back for Brett Turner. Turner the drive, and it goes just wide. Hops over a stick out to the neutral zone. But good race back here by Logan Gagliardi. Correctionist is Tommy Finley. Finley drags all the way through. Finley to the backhand, tripped. Nothing called. Whoa. Thinking a closer game, that might have been a penalty shot. Instead, we'll keep things rolling. Dump back behind the net. Here's Ferraro. Ferraro, sharp angle shot off the skate out in front of Aaron King. Cleared out to the near side. Keller shields it out to the neutral zone, trying to squeeze his way through, but he is checked by Gagliardi. Stick in the body, given away. Paymer can't sneak through. Trickles back towards the point, and behind the play, a penalty. It'll be a slash. Some pushing and shoving. As we wait for this call to coalesce, we send it downstairs to Mike Samsel.
Guys, this is where officiating in a game like this can get tricky because, Tom, you said that play down there, if this game's a little closer, maybe they call that a penalty shot, but that's exactly the kind of play that then promotes the skirmish away from the play afterwards, that extracurricular stuff. I'm actually surprised after we saw that big scrum after the goal that the referees haven't gotten really tight and pretty much calling everything to make sure what we just had happen down there doesn't.
Fantastic point, Mike, as again, there is that dance that officials have to kind of perform. It's just like in football. They always say there's holding on every play. Well, there's probably penalties on just about every single rush in hockey, but what do you call? When do you call it? if they called every single infraction, we'd be here for 5 hours. And talk about pace of play. You're not talking about baseball. You're talking about hockey. So that would be a bit of a challenge as we're down to under a minute to go here in the third period. As Rustin has a 5-1 lead. They will finish the game shorthanded unless Hershey's able to score a goal here. 6th power play of the game for the Trojans. They dump it all the way down, and this will be an icing call. Interesting decision to ice the puck. I think that's, again, little added frustration from Hershey in this one, Rick. It's been a great performance from the Hershey Trojans. It really has been. It's just kind of fallen off the rails towards the end. We talk about the depth of Rustin. I think it's kind of showed its head here.
It has, but Hershey had to go through so much to get here, ending up winning their league, getting by a good Palmyra team, which ended up being the number 5 seed in this tournament and got to the quarterfinals, and then winning 3 games to get here. So that's a tremendous season, and obviously there's frustration if you come up short, but to get to a Flyers Cup final, that's an outstanding season.
Under 20 seconds to go as the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights and their fans, they start to celebrate. Trojans moving in for another rush. They're trying to put together one more goal here as Freer. A little juke back to the blue line. Freer moves across with a wrist shot, blocked out in front off of Christie. Backhands towards the line, cleared all the way down, and that will do it. Bayard Rustin Golden Knights, Flyers Cup champions for 2019.
The celebration beginning down to our right, and you can say, well, this is routine, this is 6 in a row. No, it's not routine because it is a new team, a new dynamic for the seniors, in some cases, their last organized hockey game. And every team has its own character, its own set of roles. So it's a unique experience each time around and an honor well earned. Flyers Cup champion.
Again, a record 6th in a row for the Golden Knights. They have won 9 overall now, and that's all coming in the last 15 years. And it's not exactly spread out. It's not actually has been spread out, so that they've really bunched them together. I dare use the word dynasty to describe this Golden Knight club.
I think dynasty is a word that fits in this situation. They've done it over a relatively short period of time. The school did not open until the 2006-2007 school year, and since then, they've won 9 of these things.
Now downstairs, they are setting up for the ceremonies. Yeah, it was cool. You got a chance to talk to Brad Marsh. He's downstairs along with Bob Kelly, who they've traditionally handed out this trophy. So it's been a whole lot of fun to. It'd be kind of a thrill for these kids. They certainly didn't see them two play at all, but certainly is cool to get these trophies from these Flyers legends.
One of the nice things about the game of hockey, Tom, I think hockey, as much as any major sport and better than most, promotes and protects its own history. That's certainly the case with the National Hockey League as a whole. It is certainly the case with this franchise. This tournament was, in a very real sense, Mr. Snyder's vision, Ed Snyder's vision, and it was his considerable emotional energy that helped get this tournament off the ground in 1980, helped give it credibility. The tournament has grown from there. It was a 4-team event, gradually grew to be 3 divisions, which it was starting in 1991. And it was really the Flyers' influence that sparked the growth of high school hockey and youth hockey in the Philadelphia area.
That is absolutely true. I mean, you consider the 2 of the top junior teams in the area. They're called the Little Flyers and the Junior Flyers. That is certainly no mistake, as since the late 60s when the Flyers did come into town, hockey's absolutely exploded in this area. And Philadelphia is one of the top amateur areas in the entire country. And again, it certainly has shown with players from this tournament have gone on to successful careers further along in junior, into college, and into the pros. So this is a starting point for a lot of these players as they start handing out some of the awards as this one is handed out to Matt Owens. That might be the most valuable player award.
They'll give that one out traditionally last after the two teams are recognized. I think, too, the Flyers winning their 2 Stanley Cups back-to-back helped infuse more energy into the sport. It made more people aware of the game of hockey. And going back years to when the late Gene Hart started to broadcast the games, and they had various partners through the years, educating the public about the game of hockey, giving people an appreciation for it. All of that helped fuel the game of hockey in this area, not just promoting the game and getting more youth playing it, but also developing the fan base, helping the Philadelphia sports fan appreciate the game, but maybe not have had much exposure to it before the Flyers came to town and started having some success.
What we can do right now is let you listen along to the rest of the ceremony as we celebrate the Flyers Cup champions.
Finally, the presentation of the Flyers Cup. To the Rustin Knights, captains, come get your cup.
Well, there you have it. The Flyers Cup champions for the 6th straight year and for the 9th time, the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights. Congratulations to everybody involved with the Knights. Again, a fantastic performance not only today, but over the last 6 seasons. Very impressive. So we get some final thoughts from Rick Wolfel.
Well, it's one thing to win the Flyers Cup, even to win 6 in a row, Tom. But to accept that Flyers Cup on this sheet of ice in this building, that's something these players are going to remember the rest of their lives and will share with their children, their grandchildren, people they come in contact with in their business lives. It's something that you can't duplicate or replicate, and it is a credit to the Flyers organization and everybody involved that made this facility available for the finals today. I believe it's the first time all the finals have been held here. There were times when all the finals were held at the old Spectrum, but to have this experience here, these players will never forget it, and a credit to both teams for reaching this final and playing in this game.
Well, that will just about do it for us. Coming up next is the AA championship game between the number 15 seed Downingtown West and the number 1 seed Downingtown East. It's Mike Samsel, Bill Kaiser, and I will have the call starting at 4:30. Congratulations to the Single A champions, the Bayard Rustin Golden Knights, as they defeat Hershey by a final score of 5-1. Now, for all of us here at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, for Mike Samsel and Rick Wolfel, this is Tom Wilms saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.